Okay, now we're going to do the pulled pork sandwiches, and as you can see, this pork is just so tender. We're going to use the other 2/3 of the pork to make a double batch of the pulled pork sandwiches. As I said, this is a family favorite. If you find a little fat on that, you know, you're going to want to pull that off, and we're going to just throw that away. So, and sometimes you can just kind of rough chunk it, but this is going to fall apart nicely. Now I do buy the coleslaw at the same time because coleslaw will stay fresh, or a head of cabbage for 2 weeks to a month. You know, cabbage will stay fresh for a long time. And we could just get in there with our rubber gloves and get that all taken apart. You know, I'm not food phobic, so I'm just going to rip it apart with my hands. Get that off of there, and then you're just going to add your favorite barbecue sauce to this, and then I would find the buns that I have and the sliced cheese and put the rubber band on it and put that all together in the freezer. I would put a rubber band on the coleslaw and stick it in the refrigerator. You can also add coleslaw to the Paradise Pita packets, and it'll give it a nice little crunch to it. Or you can have leftover coleslaw. I just usually buy a big bag, but cabbage is wonderful. You can also do this with fish tacos, and you add the cabbage to the fish tacos. So another little way to do a once-a-month cookie. So we are almost done here with this meat, and we're just going to kind of rough chunk it. Do you want to start pouring some barbecue sauce in there?
I'll start with this one.
Yes, yeah, let's use that up first.
And
So,
do you use the salad choppers or no, ever?
I do sometimes use the salad choppers, but I think they're downstairs. Would you check that drawer right there? Yeah, you could also, no, that one. You could use a pork tenderloin for this, but the connective tissue on a pork butt helps give things flavor, and it also helps it fall apart. So one of the reasons why tenderloin is such a lean meat is it has very little connective tissue to it. Yes, and I learned that from Alton Brown in the food network.
I love Alton Brown. I went to a cooking class for childcare last weekend, and they gave us a little 101 on how to be smart with knives. And I'm going to pass that along. That shows the proper way to hold a knife and rock the knife back and forth with your hand, not your pointer or your thumb. And it was interesting. I never understood that I use my pointer, which puts too much pressure on your finger, which causes carpal tunnel in the long run.
Oh. Well, maybe in our next meeting we'll have you do a little section on the knives. I know I could use it, you know. That's why I love my food chopper and the salad choppers and stuff, is because you're not great with a knife. I'm okay with a knife, but I wouldn't say I'm great with a knife.
I could manage. But boy, I rocked at that class. That was fun.
So I'm just cutting this up with the salad choppers, and we can start just mixing the barbecue sauce in to see how much we need. But then we're just going to put this in one of the Pampered Chef glass containers. Actually, I'm going to put it in 2 because this is a double batch, and know that this will feed at least 2 meals for my family. And you know, I like to make sure that the meat's good and coated, but if you want to add a little more barbecue sauce the day of, you could do that, and you know, because a lot of it gets absorbed into the meat, which gives it such great flavor when you freeze it.
Why don't you do the meat and I'll chop it for you?
Okay, there we go.
Throw it in.
Since I had hand surgery, I'm still not great. Doing pretty good. Okay, so again, you just get in there, and because look, gonna tag team this and move it along really fast. Sheila, will you grab the 2 square Pampered Chef? And we like the coleslaw on the bun with the barbecued pork. Probably need just a little more sauce. And we like sliced cheddar with this.
Tina. And then,
That
just
might
then
be
you could
okay.
add more, right? Like when you serve it, if they want more
Right.
sauce. So this is good, right?
Right. So we would have our sliced cheddar, and we like these little mini buns with it. We'll put a rubber band with this and put it all together in the refrigerator, and it's a great family meal. The coleslaw is going to go in the refrigerator with rubber band on it, and again, I'm going to know that it's for a couple of the meals. So now we're going to move on to the beef.